So hey guys, Moredi again here from Skype, and as usual trying to review and showcase everything that is on skype.co.k. And we've been asking you to tell us what to review on the website, or maybe what to do a video on. And so today we've been getting a few questions on maybe which is the best electric tabletop cooker to use. And today we have all of them here. We have like four types. We have four types of electric cookers that we normally sell. I'm going to take you through all this. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to mention what I have. And I have the electric hot plate. So there's a hot plate. I have a coil. It's a electric spiral coil. I also have a radiant cooker, also called infrared. And at last, I do have the induction cooker. So guys, I'm going to take you through each one of them, and with this we are going to do maybe a little bit of some experiment and see how it performs, and maybe at the end I'll explain a few things and I'll draw a conclusion. So if you'd want to know the electric cooker that you're supposed to buy, or the best electric cooker that will save you maybe time, will save you energy, money and all that, stay tuned, watch up to the end. The first electric cooker that we're going to look at is this particular Sonifer induction cooker. So this is a single hot plate cooker, and I'm going to do a demo on it, but first let me do the unboxing and show you what it comes with. And as you can see guys, it's well packed, very well packed, with the user manual and all that. Very good styrofoam over there, and this is it guys. It's pure black. I know it will reflect a lot of light, but basically this is it. And it's not very heavy. As you can see, I'm able like to lift it up like that, even with a single arm. It's not heavy at all. This is how it looks out at the back. It has a fan over here and a lot of ventilations all around. On the feet, it has like some feet, and this is how it looks like. So straight up, this is not like your normal maybe electric cooker. It has some preset functions over here. I don't know if you can be able to see, but it has some preset functions. For example, if you want to fry something, it has like a preset function for that, for soup, milk and all that. It has those preset functions. You can easily also adjust the time that you want it to cook. For example, maybe you want to cook maybe for something like eggs, and you know maybe they usually need 3 minutes, 5 minutes, depending on how you like your eggs. You can be able to preset this. So it can be used like a preset kind of timer and cooking. So if you have a dish that you know is supposed to cook maybe for days long, you can easily set the time and let it run. So maybe that's one of the advantage of this. Before I go on, maybe I'm supposed to mention the watts. This comes in 1400 watts. We've seen the programs over there. Those are the preset functions for that. We've also seen this particular timing function, and maybe the best of them all is that there's no smoke on this, since it uses electromagnetism to conduct, or maybe to pass on heat from it to the pan or to what's cooking. So there's no smoke. There's no, there's no even emission of heat around it. You won't even be able to hear it hot. So I'm seeing a lot of confusion between the induction cooker and the radiant cooker, but I'm going to connect them side by side, and you'll be able to see exactly what they are, what the difference is. And maybe let's first of all connect this one. So I'm just going to connect it. And from there, you have it ringing. You can always turn it on like that. Something about induction cookers is that they won't They won't burn anything that is not kind of magnetic. Anything that doesn't have any ion in it cannot be able to conduct maybe the heat. So with that, I'll have my pan. I'll have a pan and I'll show you how easy it is to cook. And I'm also going to do like an experiment. So this is what I'm going to use. This is what I'm going to use. This is as you can see, it's induction friendly. And today I am going to do maybe an experiment, a little bit of an experiment, and to see maybe how long it takes this particular induction cooker to boil the water. And then I'm going to do an experiment in all of them, and then I'm going to give some results at the end of the video. I'm also going to give maybe my opinion depending on the 4 types of electric cookers that we have. So with this, let me just turn that off. What I'm going to do is that maybe I'm going to put like maybe like 2 or 3 cups of water, or maybe I think 1 is enough. So we want to see how fast this induction cooker boils the water, and with that I have a timer. At the moment it's still on standby. As you can see, these particular dots over there, so you have to turn it on. You have to turn it on like that. Now it's on. You have to look for the function. So I've just selected 1 and I've forgotten to do the timer, but luckily I've done the timer. So let's see how long it takes for it to boil the water. And guys, as you can see, the water is already boiling. We are at 30 seconds and already the water is boiling. Something else you should note, that even the edges of the pan are not hot at all, because it only heats what is inside the pan. It won't heat the sides of the pan, it will only heat what is inside the pan. So in this case, as you can see, in exactly a minute, our water is already boiling. It's very hot. As you can see, there's a lot of vapor coming out. There's already a lot of vapor. And let me just stop the timer at exactly 1 minute 20 seconds. So with that, our water has already boiled. The 1 cup of water has already boiled. I can easily just turn it off like that, and you can see it's already on standby mode. So it takes approximately 1 minute and 20 seconds to boil such kind of a cup of water. So I'm going to carry on to the next, and then we are going to do a little bit of an experiment on that. So we are going to take note of that it takes 1 minute 20 seconds to boil that. Guys, we've seen how the induction cooker has performed. So the next one that I'm going to, we've done unboxing of this radiant heater a couple of times. You can check some of our videos that we have. And I'm just going to carry on directly to it. So a radiant heater is a bit kind of technical. You can see the handles, how they look. It also has the preset functions. It has the preset functions. This usually produces a lot of heat over here, and that's why maybe there's a barbecue option for that. It has some more functions, for example, soup and fried, maybe when you want to fry something. But it also has the timer over there, so that you're able maybe to set the time that you'll need. So this one, guys, usually produces some heat around it, and very harmful to touch because it can burn you very quickly, other than an induction cooker. And we're going to power it on also to see how it does. As you can see there, it's on standby, but you can always just turn it on like that, and maybe you can choose a function that you would want to do, and immediately, or maybe immediately after, you will see this particular space turn red, and there's a lot of heat that is coming out of this particular space. So that is very different. With an induction cooker, there's no heat that you can maybe possibly get. Maybe after it's running for a while, that's when maybe you can touch and then you'll feel some heat maybe on the cooktop. But other than that, there's no maybe heat that is usually emitted by this. That is why maybe induction cooker, let me spoil it a little bit, that is why induction cookers are maybe energy efficient and such. So for this, as you can see, it's already turning red, turning very red. I don't know if you're able to see. No. It's already turning red. So definitely that is the difference, the main difference between this and this, although the working principles of induction of a radiant cooker and an induction cookers are quite different. So you can't really say the mechanism is the same. They use different principles of that. But as you can see, they are quite very different ways of operating. So I'm going to also test this, see maybe how long it takes to heat maybe a single cup of water. Something else maybe worth noting is that maybe when you turn it on, you can easily adjust the time or reduce the time. So guys, this is how you operate an induction cooker. Once it's like this, it's on standby mode. You can easily turn it on like that and maybe choose one function. Once you choose a function, you can easily, using this particular knob over here, you can reduce the degrees that you want to maybe use, and you can also increase the time that you want your dish to take as easily as that. So you can go up to how many hours? I'm seeing up to 2 hours and some minutes. Up to 2 hours and some minutes. You can always use that particular function. So guys, we are going to do the experiment. We see how long it takes to heat up the water. Even though this has maybe at this particular minute, it has maybe some head start because it's already heating and that, but we'll ignore maybe that and maybe see how fast it does it. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to maybe choose something like I'm going to choose a function, turn it on, choose a function, for example that, maybe try to increase the temperatures that I want, or maybe something like a barbecue function, and then increase the whole to the maximum. And then I'm going to put my water and see how long it takes. So I'm setting the timer to 0 and then placing my pan over there and then turning it on. So a radiant cooker is very different than the induction cooker. This will heat the tabletop, will heat the pan first, and then after heating the pan, it will heat the contents in the pan. So it's quite different than an induction cooker. The induction cooker only heats what is inside the magnetic maybe pan, or the what is inside the pan. But for this one will heat the pan first and then later heat the water inside the pan. So there's some heat usually emitted by a radiant cooker. There's some heat that is usually emitted. And it's also worth noting that this particular induction cooker, radiant cooker, is 2200 watts. So when it's performing to the maximum, it's consuming 2200 watts in comparison to this particular induction cooker, which has a maximum of 1400 watts. So they are quite different. This one will consume a little bit much more energy, almost I think twice, double when it's operating in full capacity rather than the induction cooker. I'm at 1 minute 30 seconds. I can see some bubbles forming, but we are going to wait until we reaches the temperatures that maybe the what do you call it, the forming of the bubbles exactly as how the induction cooker did it. So let's wait. We are at exactly 2 minutes now. Still some bubbles, they formed a little bit. Not that much though. Not that much. But yes, we can now hear the sounds. We can hear the sounds of the water now. And I think that's about how the induction had maybe reached it. And I think we can leave it at that and maybe record that it's 2 minutes 44 seconds to boil the 1 single cup of water. We turn it on, we turn it off. So we're going to record that it's 2 minutes 44 seconds using a radiant heater, and there's a lot of heat around it. I think these are usually cool for maybe cool restaurants, or maybe some restaurants whereby maybe you can even be served when the food is still cooking, or maybe you can it's actually good enough for you. Maybe for example you're having like nyama choma, you can always place it around the space as you eat, and it's quite easy. It's easier than maybe having like charcoal and all that, since it's all dusty and all that. So it comes in handy. It can do such kind of functions for you. And yes, that's the radiant heater. We are going to the next. Remember, we have 4 of them. We are going to the next, and we are going to do the same experiment, and maybe afterwards we are going to do like a conclusion and our results out of it. So stay tuned. The third cooker, electric tabletop cooker, that we are going to check out is this spiral electric cooker. This is from Premier, and this has 2500 watts, but I'm sure that this 2500 watts may be divided by 2, and using the same, it has similar characteristics with the radiant cooker, since it usually emits a little bit of some heat around here. And oh, I can see this side is a little bit smaller. This is 1000 watts, and this is 1500 watts. So that's what makes it 2500 watts. So let me use maybe using the highest possible wattage on this side. And we are going to see how long it takes to heat up. I'm just going to turn it on, maybe to the highest function. As you can see, the dial is on, and very soon it should start heating up. And our timer is running already. We already have our timer running. When you buy maybe a coil cooker, you'll have it maybe remove some smoke a little bit, since maybe it has never been used before. So you'll have some smokes, a little bit of some smoke coming out. But after that will be gone. You won't be having any other smoke after that. We're already at a minute. So similar to the radiant cooker, it will heat the pan first, and then after heating the pan, it will heat up the water inside. So remember, I'm comparing between 4 different types of cookers, electric cookers to be exact, which will be the fastest. But we can see the water has started to form some bubbles. There's usually some heat emission also on the rounds, just like the radiant cooker. There will be some heat that is emitted. And we're already at 2 minutes, 20 seconds. And yes, so this is the same way. The sounds we've gotten from the induction cooker and also from the radiant cooker, that's exactly the time that it took. and we are exactly at 2 minutes and 44 seconds. So I think we have a tie. We have a tie on. We have a tie with the radiant cooker and the coil-based cooker. So let's see our third option, our fourth option. Something want to know is that there's a lot of heat that is produced by a coil, and also it becomes red. It heats up to a red kind of. The elements usually heat up and become red. So there's a lot of heat that is emitted. So that's how the coil functions. So we're going to do the fourth option, that is an electric plate. So the fourth options for electric tabletop cookers is a hot plate. I haven't seen a lot of rapid hot plates. You'll find standing cookers with another one called a rapid hot plate, which usually has a red dial over there, but this doesn't. It has the same principles with the spiral one, but this is a plate. And we are going also to see how long it takes to heat up the water. I'm going to get my 1 cup of water. So this is 1,000 watts. So maybe it doesn't have the upper and there's the other one. So you're going to turn the timer on. So guys, we're at 2 minutes and 55, 56, 57. We're at 3 minutes. We still, okay, we are getting some bubbles over there, but not as much as we heard from the others. Let's see, we start hearing the sounds of the water boiling. And I think that's about what we had. And let's stop the timer. It's about what we had. So it takes around 4 minutes, hot plate, to heat the 1 cup of water, and exactly the same case with as on the radiant heater and with the coil. There's a lot of heat that is being emitted. Although the smoke that you're seeing is coming from the plate, but maybe after some time there's usually no smoke. After some time there's usually lesser smoke from the particles that have created the plate. They're the ones that are heating up and all that. But basically, that's the experiment that we are supposed to conduct. We've seen the time that has taken the induction cooker, the time that has taken the radiant cooker, the coil, and the plate. Although I have said there's usually a rapid hot plate, the ones that are usually in red, that are mostly found on cookers and maybe standing cookers. That is a bit different from this one. Since that one is a little bit more rapid heating, it's more or less the same like the coil one. So guys, we've seen the induction cooker maybe wins. It will save you your time. It will save you electricity. Remember, it's 1400 watts, but it takes very little time to heat up. So for example, you had a dish that maybe takes, for example, 2 hours to cook or something, to get to a particular degrees. The induction cooker will maybe do that a bit faster than the hot plate, thus saving the energy. This one might run maybe for some few more hours. So when you consider the fact that it will be consuming maybe 1,000 watts every hour, that will be way cheaper since it will use less time. So there's that function. Although at the same time, there are some functions, maybe there are some applications that we cannot use the induction cooker. Probably you want to do some barbecue. The radiant heater will be maybe perfect for that. So guys, that's it for this particular experiment. Maybe tell us your views on them and maybe which one you use, which one you prefer. Have you used both? Have you maybe which one do you like compared to the other one, and maybe any other questions that you'd like us to maybe answer you. Put it down there in the comment section, and any other video that you would want us maybe to make for you guys, anything that is on skype.co.ke, we will do that for you. All these plates and maybe electric cookers are found on skype.co.ke. Kindly check them out, purchase one from there, and maybe see you in the next one when maybe you tell us something else to make a review of, or maybe showcase, or maybe do something little. So today we are just comparing them, seeing how they work, which one is faster, which one is slowest, and something like that. So guys, see you next time, and subscribe.